In this video, we're going to quickly review fraction, addition, and subtraction. So remember that in order for us to add and subtract fractions, we have to make them the same unit, which means they have to have the same denominator. So we couldn't just go ahead and add 1/2 plus 1/3 as they are. We have to go ahead and make their denominators the same so that they are like units. When we're finding the least common denominator, which is what we want to do when we're adding and subtracting fractions, this is going to be the least common multiple of the denominators. So we've already talked about least common multiples, so we're going to apply that here. So let's go back to looking at adding 1/2 plus 1/3. So we could list out the multiples of 2 and 3 to find the least common multiples. So for 2, we would have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. And for 3, we would have 3, 6, 9, 12, etc. We don't need to go any further because you can see already that the least common multiple of those two denominators is 6. So what we want to do is make both of those denominators to be 6 by using multiplication. So in order to make 2 into 6 using multiplication, I'd have to multiply the bottom by 3, and whatever we do to the top or to the bottom, we have to also do to the top so that the fraction stays equivalent. So 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 times 3 is 6. So 1/2 is equivalent to 2/6. I'm going to do the same thing with 1/3, so I'd have to multiply 3 by 2 in order to get a common denominator. So 1 times 2, because I have to do top and bottom, remember, is 2, and 3 times 2 is 6. So now that they're like units, I can add them together. So over here I have 3/6. On the right-hand side I have 2/6, so that means that altogether I have 5/6. So notice that I'm only adding the numerators together and the denominator is just staying the same. That does not change. Okay, let's look at one more example. This time we're going to subtract. So we're going to do 4/6 minus 2/8. So again, I want to start by finding the least common multiple of 6 and 8. So if we look over here, let's look at multiples of 6. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. And then multiples of 8 would be 8, 16, 24, 32. And we can go ahead and stop because we can see that they have 24 in common. So the least common multiple of those two is 24. So I'm going to make them both have a denominator of 24. So that means I need to multiply 6 by 4. And again, whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So we have 16 over 24. And then I'm going to change 8 into 24 by multiplying by 3. And again, I also have to multiply the numerator. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 8 times 3 is 24. So now I have 16 24ths minus 6 24ths. So altogether, that's going to give me 10 24ths. And remember that with subtraction, these don't automatically reduce up front, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce those. You can see that both of those are even, which means I can cut them both in half, so I'm going to start there and divide both by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, 24 divided by 2 is 12. Those don't have any more common factors, so my final answer is 5/12.